Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm gonna show you how I make this live action. Rock Lee will fight against 3 Sexus and finally face Madara.
In the first scene, Rock Lee will open the 4th gate and then kick the first Sexu. In the second scene, the second Setsu will see how I kick the first one, then I'll teleport and kick the second. For the third scene, the third Sexu will see how I kick the second one and I will teleport again and kick. And for the last scene, Rock Lee will open the final gate, make a upslip and then come down with a powerful kick against Madara.
Rock Lee can be open the last gate? Yes, but the most important thing is the message of perseverance despite the adversities. These are the tools we'll be using. First, I need to create a 3D Rock Lee. With my own metahuman that I create in Real Engine and my Rock Lee model that I create with the human generator in Blender, I created my own Rock Lee using face. As for Madara and Setsu, I only used human generator, and I downloaded the dragon from the sketch file. For the clothes I used Marvelous Designer, but for some reason I encountered issues with the texture when I tried to export them. But I found the solution. I had to split the materials in Blender. This issue only occurred because of the garments. Then I sent it to Quixel Mixer and was able to apply the texture to the cloth. We also created Madara's clothing in Marvelous Designer. For my animations, I use a Cascader, which performs automatic pose corrections and also has a physics fit powered by AI. For the hair, I use Blender. And with the animations we already have, I create the simulations. I use Blender for the hair and Marvelous Designer for the clothing. Currently, we have the characters, clothes, animations, and hair all set. Now, we'll move on to creating the environment. When I tried to put everything into Blender, it simply crashed. I was trying to view my animation, lot simulation, foliage simulation, and hair simulation in real time. This is the reason why I took my project to Unreal Engine. It's highly optimized to handle large environments and multiples. Now, I'll add mountains in the background, foliage, clouds, and rocks to set the scene. Then I created the scenes. Up to this point, guys, things got extremely difficult. Challenges arose from every direction. It took 4 months to reach this stage. I couldn't give up. I remember in the past I experienced emotional highs and lows, often feeling depressed and overwhelmed by negative thoughts. When I started meditating, I couldn't last more than 5 minutes before those thoughts took over. But with time, patience, and practice, I learned to visualize myself completing my project. I also see myself in a amazing place where I can explore, relax, and do so much more. After each section of about 30 minutes to an hour, I find myself in an optimistic and harmonious state. At no point did I even consider giving up. Nor did I feel anxiety or stress about not finding the solution. Those thoughts are practically non-existent, and if they do arise, I simply ignore them and keep moving forward. That's why I recommend meditating. I have to admit, it looked much more realistic in my mind, but wait a second. I can make it better with a stable diffusion. Here, as you can see, is a test I did back in 2023 with a stable diffusion. But now there is a slightly more complex interface, but with much better results, and is called ComfUI. Let me explain quickly. Step 1. Download a workflow, either from CVT or a YouTube tutorial. Step 2. Download a realistic model, like in my case, because I want it to look more realistic, and also a LoRa for the characters. Step 3. You need to understand how to use the control net, and that's it. This was my final result after using ComfyUI. As we can see, it looks very realistic, but there are some imperfections. For that, we'll use our compositing software After Effects. Now, in After Effects, we'll simply add masks, apply effects like particles, smokes, and turbulence. And finally, we'll do some color correction in DaVinci Resolve to give it a more cinematic look. For the sound, simply find your preferred sound library, import it into Premiere Pro, add and edit using Audition. Make sure it's not copyrighted. Perfect, we're done. I hope you enjoy the final result.
どんなに手強い相手でも僕は絶対に負けません。この羽ぶ
貴様の力では何も変わらない。何もな。
自分の人道を貫き守り通すとき